We decided to take a little day trip, get out away from the beach and the village of Tulum. And here we are in the town of Coba, Coba, as they say in this area of the world, C-O-B-A. It is a very old, very large Maya site. Big tourist attraction for those who are visiting the area and who are into that sort of thing. The town is surrounded by this gorgeous lake. I think there's about 3 lakes in and around this area. Fish are jumping. So that's the entrance to Coba, I believe. And there'll be more from inside the park. One of the coolest things they have at this site is that you can rent bicycles, which are behind me. 60 pesos, which is a little under $3. No lock, it's real casual. No deposit required, no credit card, no, you don't have to leave your driver's license or passport. And you can cruise it around this expansive Mayan site. Sorry for the bad lighting here, but I'm under a canopy of trees here. Try to find some light. But I just wanted to make a quick note of that. I've been to several of these Maya sites in Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico, Belize, and it's sometimes a lot of ground to cover. Other times there are very dense sites with specific pyramids or petroglyphs to view. This site has both. There's a lot of cool things to see. So check it out if you're in Tulum, the Maya site of Coba, C-O-B-A, Coba. And we are waiting to go home. Of course, if the bus doesn't show up, we'll have to make some sort of alternative plans, and that might be coming to fruition sooner than later. But man, not a bad place to have to spend some time doing not much of anything other than soaking in the beautiful atmosphere. Absolutely gorgeous. This is not Sonoran Desert, people. This is Mexico. Laguna Coba. Right outside the gates of the Mayan archaeological site of Coba, which is a very popular site. As you can see, I don't know if you can check out from this video, but there's tons of tour buses full of people from Cancun, Playa del Carmen, all over the Yucatan Peninsula. But it's a cool site. It deserves the attention that it gets. I can see why people travel to get to this site. The village behind me is a real nice, very charming little indigenous village, you could say, Mayan village. The people are struggling. They're not getting anywhere near the amount of tourism that I think they're accustomed to. So when you walk anywhere near a business or restaurant, the hawkers are relentless. You know, like, hey buddy, hey buddy, hey buddy, buddy. You know, you try to be as polite as possible, but after a while, it just feels like you want people not to yell at you and take their hands out of your pockets. Figuratively, they don't literally have their hands in my pockets. It's a safe place. You don't want to spread any wrong information. Mexico's got such a distorted reputation as it is. You don't want to put any more fear into people's minds that this is a less than safe place to visit. Culturally rich. I mean, man, this particular Mayan village dates back to, I think, 600 AD. You know, so not quite as old as the Egyptian pyramids or ancient Rome or Greece, but man, it's old in North American standards. It's really old. So, you know, the culture, like I said in previous videos, the culture runs real deep in the country of Mexico. We are way down south. We're almost just a couple hours from the Belizean border, and which is dense Mayan country. Big Mayan sites like Caracol and Tikal in Guatemala. We're going to be going up to Palenque, which is in the neighboring state of Chiapas, which will be there next week, and I'll be hopefully posting some cool videos from Palenque and the Mexican state of Chiapas, which is It's one of the poorest states economically in the country of Mexico, but one of the richest states culturally. And that's easy for me to say as a tourist coming in there with Yankee money. But it's no great secret that Chiapas is really a cultural wonderland and a place that the Mexican people should be very proud of and hopefully is doing a good job preserving. We shall see when we get there. This area is very well preserved, I would say. The fact that they rent bicycles, you could tell it just got brighter. The sun just came up through some clouds. The fact that they rent bicycles right here at this archaeological site is so cool. People get in and out a lot faster than if they were just walking, if they were on foot. It's a pretty good distance to get from the entrance to the pyramids and the bigger structures within the site. So the fact that you can hop on a bike and do the whole thing in about 2 hours is really, really cool. You can also get in these kind of industrial carts that I think they're meant for one person, but you see people stuff 2 people into them, and it does not look comfortable or pleasant for anyone involved. Privilege of renting one of those industrial carts with someone on a bicycle, kind of like a rickshaw, pedaling you, is, I believe, 230 pesos for 2 hours or so. The bicycles were 60 pesos for, I believe, the entire day. And it was just really great experience. We had some lunch at a local restaurant. I had some great soup. And now we're waiting for our bus or a coach to take us back to Tulum. And if it doesn't show up in the next, hour or so, I'll probably splurge and take a taxi, but I don't mind waiting here. We're going to devote our day to being here in Coba, or as the folks say back home, Coba, and make the best of things. The temperatures are dropping a bit. A little bit of a cool breeze is coming off the lake. By the way, this lake is really, really high. I think it could be as like 5 or 6 feet higher than normal, and it's caused some terrible flooding in the entrance of the Coba Park. So that structure behind me that has a giant zip line, which actually runs across this entire lake. It's enormous. I've never seen a zip line anywhere near that long before. And it looks like tons of fun. I regret the fact that we can't do it because the rains put their business out of business for a bit. So hopefully we'll come back to Coba one day and do this enormous zip line. Again, it looks like tons of fun. I would go out of my way to come here just for the zip line. There are a lot of cenotes in the Yucatan Peninsula. The states of Yucatan and Quintana Roo have a lot of cenotes. It's a phenomenal worldly event that took place and created these cenotes, which allegedly are all interconnected and dot the whole Yucatan Peninsula, various depths. Some are giant caves, some are open air cenotes like this one. My first time in an open air cenote. We're lucky, there's very, very few people here at the moment. And you can swim in this gorgeous water. The water is just absolutely luxurious, and cool off from the hot Mexican sun. They got it all going on here, and it doesn't have the tour buses and mass crowds that some other local cenotes have. Now, if you really want to do it correctly, you'd rent a car or a motor scooter and investigate the area a little more thoughtfully and get off the beaten path and really see some cool cenotes. The ones around here are very expensive. The one we're at right now is 200 pesos for the day, which is pretty reasonable compared to some of the others, which I think we're running something like $35 a day in some cases. This is a pretty informal outdoor cenote. It's all The water is all open air. There's no caves to go explore, where a lot of the cenotes we visited in outside of Merida in the neighboring state of Yucatan, where you go down a spiral staircase or a ladder and it takes you to these beautiful caves, stalactites, stalagmites, and gorgeous clear aqua blue water. And you can go scuba diving or snorkeling or just go float in the middle and swim with the fish or swim like the fish, whatever you prefer to do. This place is kind of like a day camp. There's these, you can see behind me, there's these, if I don't fall down, there's these palapas. You can spend the day and as a sort of picnic. They've got food. There's a restaurant behind me that serves food. There's a spa. They do massages. You can feed the ducks. You can swim with the ducks. You could swim like a duck. And there's all sorts of cool stuff to do. Beating the heat here at Santa Cruz Cenote. It's 200 pesos to spend the day here per person. I'd say it's worth every penny. Amazing how expensive Tulum is compared to the rest of Mexico. It really is. If you've been traveling around Mexico and land in Tulum, it's a bit of a shock in your wallet. Be that as it may, we're having a great time. We're wrapping up a 2-week trip here in Tulum with a fine day here at this beautiful open air cenote. Our taxi's coming to pick us up, so we'll spend about 3 hours here. And I'd highly recommend you do the same. So if you're coming to Tulum, check out Santa Cruz Cenote. It's very, like I said, informal, casual kind of environment. There's, no high dive boards to jump off of or scuba gear to rent. But there's, I think, 4 other people here at the moment. So it's very calm and peaceful, and water's beautiful and wet. So come cool off. Enjoy. Santa Cruz Cenote. I'm giving them a plug because it's a nice place and they deserve it. Good people too. Very nice people here. Thank you, everybody.